Hey, this is Beth Kruger of Wanderful Vintage. Thanks so much for following along with me here on YouTube.
One of my favorite creative outlets in my vintage shop is actually making dried floral arrangements. I keep them small, I keep them adorable, but they give a very beautiful old world vibe to my space, and they actually are a great seller in my vintage booth. They just sell on repeat and they're like super giftable and beautiful. I'm going to show you how I make them in this video. Okay, so here I am with all of my supplies. Essentially, I have tons of dried flowers in here, and I'll show you more up close what they look like, but I have all my dried flowers here in these boxes, and then I use this white craft paper, and I cut it down into like a little square, like so. I also have multiple different kinds of scissors and pliers and smaller scissors, and then I finish off my bouquet with a ribbon. And so I'll show you step by step how I do it and what it looks like just up close. But I just wanted to kind of give you a broad overview to start. So I want to show you a little bit more closely, or maybe more far away, the different colors of the flowers that I'm going to use for this particular bouquet. So I wanted to show you some of these up close. This is, I think this is Nigella Love in the Mist. It's a beautiful, like dusky, purpley pink color. And I'm going to do this with some of this blue floral over here, and then maybe some of this cream, and then a bunch of the grasses that are here, because I think it'll look really beautiful. These will complement one another. And then I picked a bunch of my fall colors. So I have this really kind of wild orange flower. Actually, I'm gonna just I want you to be able to see it really easily. So it's a beautiful orange, vibrant color. I think it's really, really nice for fall. And then I picked this red, these really cool like pom-pom flowers that are a beautiful yellow gold shade. And then again, the cream I think will be really nice along with all of these colors. And I'm using all of these grasses. I'll pull out more as I go along, but this is just kind of my start. I do have a bunch of like pinks and like hot pink and light pink, but I'm going to save those for a different day. I want to kind of keep with my autumn theme, so you can kind of see where I'm going here. So I've decided I'm going to start my this one particular arrangement with the baby's breath, because I don't really have very much left, and they're all going to be different anyway, so it's no big deal. Generally, I want my arrangements to be like between, I don't know, 9 to 10 inches long. And you can see from the top of the baby's breath to the bottom here, it's about 12 inches. So I'm going to kind of make my final cuts around that 12 inches mark. So just to give you an idea of like how much of this I'm going to use, I'm going to take off some of these pieces down below and bring them up higher to kind of bulk up my upper area, my filler area up here. So we'll start there. And I'm not going to worry too much about the length for now at all. I'm going to try to cut these as long as I possibly can. So these orange flowers, they have like a cluster of them on this one branch, but I don't necessarily want to use this entire spray, although maybe that should be the vibe for this particular arrangement. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be like really really heavy on the orange blossoms, but let's just try it and see what happens. So I'm just going to make my cut for this one be about the same length, right? So I'm going to cut it down here and then I'll go in and trim later. So this particular flower has really hefty leaf structure, and I'm just going to take some of that off because I don't want all of the leaves. Move those to the side. I'm going to come in with my baby's breath and kind of bring it in around the sides to kind of soften these flowers. They have a really like bold structure of the blossom. So I think that the baby's breath is kind of a nice softener around them. And I'm just going to kind of nestle the baby's breath around the sides. Now, I'm not going to use any status in this, so I'm just going to kind of keep it the combination of this bold orange bloom and then the softer baby's breath on either side. And then I'm going to bring in a few of these guys. So this is like a clover. I'm going to kind of tuck that in alongside. One, two. And then I think I'll do a third. Ooh, that's a big one. How about that? This one. Bring her over here. And then I'm also going to add, I think a little bit of yellow to this one because I love this pom-pom. So I'm going to tuck the pom-pom in, kind of in the flowers right there. Kind of naturally kind of giving like a 3 sort of vibe. I'm doing like 3s on, there seems to be a natural like indentation on these 3 sides. So I'm kind of adding in my flowers along the 3 sides. And then I'm going to add, I'm not really sure if I want to do this one or if I want to do this grass. I actually feel like this is going to be the one that I want to use. I know that it's a little bit similar to this white kind of clover, but I like the shape, I like the color, and I think it's a little bit softer than this like hairier one. You know what I mean? And you can always do, a few different ones, to see what you like, obviously. So I'm probably going to do a couple on each one. Put one, and then another right there. So I'm going to kind of take a peek at this. Oh, bear with me here. Yeah, I like the way that it looks from giving it a little distance. So that's like mostly like the viewing angle. You're going to be viewing it from up above. So I really like the way that looks. Maybe I'll add in a little bit of red for fun. So hold on. Let's put a couple of red pieces in. Let's see what that does. Just a little. Put it right there. Okay. I like that. So that's going to do it. So now I'm going to cut off this end here. A bunch of like I'm gonna trim it up again, so believe me, this happens a couple times, more than once. Okay, my whole piece is about 12 inches or so. I'm gonna attach right here with a little piece of string. You can use wire, you can use embroidery. I'm using embroidery floss, but you can use wire, whatever, kind of just a regular string, whatever floats your boat. I try to attach it kind of up to the top here, closer to the blooms rather than lower down. So, because I want the shape of the blooms to kind of hold together up here. So I do a few wraps so that it doesn't come loose. And it kind of holds its shape. And then I'm going to give it a tie. Okay. Cut the string. I'm going to leave the string on this bouquet. Then I'm come in with my craft paper that I showed you at the beginning. I like this creamy white craft paper. I think it's really pretty. I put so these need to stay nice in my booth, so I like to protect them as much as possible. I kind of center the top of the flower up here. I'm going to trim off another like 1.5 inches here at the bottom because I don't need all that extra. I want it to fit in my paper because it does make a cute little package when I'm done. So tuck it in a little bit more. I save a little at the end to fold up. That's just the way I like to do it. I fold the bottom up like so. Then I give a little roll to roll the whole thing up. I secure at the back with a piece of masking tape. I'm sure there's better kinds of tape I could use, but this one is the nicest, I think, because unlike Scotch tape, it's not gonna like rip the paper. So it's just like a nice, similar color to my craft paper that I have here. I like the look of it. Feels pretty like sleek to me. I just kind of wrap it gently. Then I'm going to put my bow on. So I'm feeling fall, and instead of using, like, I'm not using a black ribbon, I'm using like a thin navy ribbon. I think this is really pretty, and I'll probably wrap it around maybe twice because this is a little thinner than I might have originally selected, although really anything works. So I'll do this. I'm gonna give it a little wrap. I like my bow to go a little high, so I'm gonna give it a little tuck here. I just do a plain knot. Then I cut my ribbon. I like a little angle.
pretty. Now, this is bothering me a little bit, so I'm gonna fold that. This is the magic of the masking tape. This I'm gonna fold under so that it is cleaner when you view it from the front. So give it a little tuck and fold. And there you go. So that's it. This is my fall themed floral arrangement. And I offer these at in my Etsy shop. And I sell this for about $16. So that is it. That is how I put together my floral arrangement. I hope you enjoyed it. Just as a note, I didn't mention this before, but these are dried without any chemicals. They're grown organically as well, and they're dried without any preservatives. So I just really like all the elements of these flowers, and I can't wait to share them in my booth. Let me know what you think. So I hope that you can see how easy it is to create your own dried floral arrangements for your home or for your vintage booth from this video. If you liked this video, please leave a comment below, subscribe to my channel to follow along on the rest of my 7-day challenge. And of course, if you have any questions about creating these dried floral arrangements, please leave them below. I will get back to every comment. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.